Hi, welcome to Yoga with Liza. This is day 59 of social distancing in Southeast Pennsylvania. Today is May 13th, 2020. And so today I am talking about lavender. Lavender essential oil, there is, I believe 100 different varieties, 93 varieties of lavender. And then if you also include in the lavandins, that brings the total of lavenders and lavandins up to 103, 107 different varieties. Lavender is one that is near and dear to me. It is an oil that I wrote my level 1 paper on with Wisdom of the Earth. And so that's a 10-page research paper, not only about lavender itself and the plant and the different places where it's grown, but about my experience. Danielle, good to see you, with lavender. And so lavender, and I go back to when I lived in the south of France, many, many years ago, we're going back 40 years ago, that I couldn't stand the smell of lavender. And I've talked in my essential oil plant chats that sometimes you need to use an essence to help you clear something, and then it smells good to you if it doesn't initially smell good to you. And that's a unique way of using oils. Many people say, well, you want people to like the smell of it, because if they don't like the smell of it, they're not going to use it. So the secret is you put some on your feet and you put your socks on, and then you put your feet under the covers, and you can't smell it so much. Although now I can taste it. When I put an oil on my feet, within 5 or 10 minutes, I can taste it. Or a little drop on my shoulder, and then I can taste it. Lavender uses, and I've looked through multiple things, lavender is one of the oils that is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and emotionally calming, and it's also antiparasitic. And so lavender is one of what I call the 3 all-purpose oils for everything. I need to send out one more invite so she can find me. And so is it helpful if I send out the invites? Does that help you guys find me? So emotionally, all right, lavender, let me explain the difference between a lavender and a lavandin, because that's very important, because I would use lavender on a burn. I would not use a lavandin on a burn. French scientist Gatteau, before Louis Pasteur, but back in the 1800s, they used the still rooms in Grasse, which is a ancient perched village. And the still rooms are where they have the distilleries, and they steam distill the lavender buds and other flowers for the perfumeries of Grasse, Gras, in the south of France. And so when you go to Grasse, you smell lavender as you're walking through the streets because the distilleries are going and so forth. So those ancient scientists who were working on other experiments as well as making perfume sometimes burned themselves on the Bunsen burners. And the only liquid in the lab oftentimes were the big vats of lavender. So they would instinctively dunk their arms into the lavender, and that was how they found that those burns healed better than any other burns that they had ever had. So it was testimonial research that they did back then with the lavender oil and burns. Lavender oil can also help work as a sunblock. So a lavandin is a hybrid. So it makes 3 flowering tops on the top of the stem, where lavender has 1 flowering top. So when you're picking the buds for distilling, lavandins give you triple the yield. So it's far less expensive than lavender. So many detergents, laundry soaps, air fresheners, trying to think of other things, shampoos, will use lavandin to scent those things because it's less expensive. So technically it's a lavandula, but it's not a lavandula augustifoli or a lavandula stoicus or a lavandula latifolius, which are true lavenders. So looking at the Latin name is important. So out of those lavenders, the lavender latifolius, which is lavender spike, its emotional quality is the I am. And listening to my Yoga Mudra books, one of the definitions of enlightenment is I see myself as I am and the world as it is. And so lavender, which can help us let go of all types of emotions that maybe will not give us the outcome that we desire. So this is a very good description. These are my essential oil cards that I got out in Sedona a few years back. Lavender has steadying influence on the psyche, removing indecisiveness, emotional conflict. Its balancing effect calms the stormy or uncontrollable emotional states by bringing the feeling under conscious control. It tempers extreme emotional states with a sense of rationality and generality, strengthens the conscious mind, emanating a noble, mellow peacefulness. And so I also brought, here in Bucks County, we used to have 2 or 3 lavender farms. We now have Peace Valley Lavender Farm. And this is actually a culinary lavender from the grocery store. I'm not going to name any names. Not promoting. So in bringing the light bringing our light in from the world so we can see the lavender buds here in my hands. And so I will actually put lavender buds into soups and stews. And my yogi tea, I add in some lavender buds. So, and if you haven't seen that, I made a YouTube video. Go to YouTube and Google Yogi Tea by Liza. It's rather comical. The burner starts smoking because something had boiled over. But I put it together for a friend in a hurry, and I decided to let it be. And at some point, I'll do another yogi tea version, a little more organized. But it worked for her, and that was so. Lavender's part of my yogi tea, and then just reading from the heart. I know Valerie Ann has the way of emotionally making the oils come alive. When I first got my book, my first book I got after a nursing conference at Solutions for Daily Living. Honey had just bought the store and it was still on Sycamore Street. It was a long time ago, but lavender was one of my first oils. Lavender embodies the warm, protective love of Mother Earth. It is caring, cherishing, nurturing, and energetically very active in the auric field. Closest to the body, incorporating heavenly energies into the psychological with great efficiency. When deep sadness covers the spirit like a suffocating blanket, lavender gently lifts the weight. When the inner tears fall, lavender wipes them away. When depression clouds and the psyche, lavender blows it asunder. And for those with worries that trouble the spirit, lavender lifts the veil of despair. The mother of essential oils will not tolerate bitterness, malice, jealousy in her mortal brew, and with compassion seeks to bring out the best in every one of us, letting us know that we are all her precious children and we all have our destiny of goodness to fulfill. Thus concludes my little mini in-service on lavender. I can talk probably for 8 hours teaching all of the different uses and benefits and sharing the smells of lavender. One of my absolute favorite heartfelt oils. And will oftentimes put a little drop in my conditioner and put that in through my hair. Unless I'm going to, I have one person in one of my classes who is allergic to lavender. And so when I teach at that facility, I don't put the lavender in my hair. So honoring that. And I'm going to light the candle and I'm going to say, hello, Wyatt, Ricky, Angelo, Henry, where's your head, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth? And then from there, Jace, Cora, Ava, Maya, Braylon, Harper, Anna, Olivia, Scarlett, L'Oreal, Jason, James, Jensen, Emrys, Manny, Zenaida, Kyra, Weston, Carson, Owen, KK, Dylan, Nina, Lucas, Skylar, Robbie, and Michael. So everybody, let's bring ourselves up, and we're going to stand up tonight and start through our sequence for the kids. And I know I'm doing a lot the same for the kids, but it gives us a chance to learn the poses and create muscle memory. And then next week, I'll change it up again. So we're going to bring ourselves in. We had sunshine today. We're going to feel our sunshine and breathe. And bring our feet wide, bring our arms in, and come into our goddess. Or cloud. Inhale, bring the feet out wide, the arms out wide. Feel our star pose, breathing into it. Bringing our hands together, step the feet together. Gently arch over to the right. Inhale, back up, arch over to the left. Feel our half moon. Come back to center, shifting, bringing our foot back behind, feeling our bird. Bring the right foot back to the mat. Bring the arms back out. Bring the feet out. Let's go flying. Bring that left foot back to the mat. Bring the feet wide. Gently bring ourselves down. Coming wide leg squat. Maybe bring the hands around for lion's pose. Grown-ups, if this is intense, come into seated position on the mat. Breathing into it, sticking the tongue out, great big roar. Gently walking our hands out onto the mat. Bring the fingers wide. Inhale up. Feel our cow. Tuck the tailbone under. Feel cat. Feel cow. Feel our cat. Plant the toes. Bring ourselves up. Feel our downward dog. Bring our knees back to the mat. Bring our hips to one side. Gently come into a twist. Breathing into it. Bringing the feet all the way back around to the other side. And gently come into the twist the other way. Bringing ourselves back to center. Gently come around, pick up the feet, come into our boat. Maybe we row our boat. Maybe we hold our boat steady. Maybe you sing a song about rowing a boat down by a stream. Gently bring the feet in. Great big sigh. Gently bring the feet out. Feel our butterfly. So the soles of the feet are together. The spine is up tall. Bring the arms out to the side. Maybe we bring our wings up. Bring the hands forward. Exhale, let the hands come down. Breathing into it. Coming back to center, gently bring the knees in. Give ourselves a hug. Gently let the feet come down. Breathe into it. Feel the breath. Now, one little thing I forgot about lavender is lavender. I did the research for a research paper. Never wrote the paper, but I did the research. And out of 100 people I tested who smelled lavender, their pulse oximeter, the oxygen concentration in the capillaries went up by at least 1 point when they simply smelled the lavender. So when you smell something, those molecules in the air are entering into your system, good, bad, or indifferent. And sometimes, anyway, we don't always smell the things that are coming into our system. So then I did a control group of people who did deep breathing without smelling the lavender, and only about 50% of the control group did their oxygen saturation go up 1 point. And so the reason that the lavender helps raise the oxygen concentration is it has that little tiny molecule in it called a sesquiterpene that is in the firs and frankincense and many of the other oils as well. And that little subchemical type of a sesquiterpene can bind and carry an oxygen cell just like a hemoglobin. So it helps bring in life force and raises the oxygen concentration. So, and now doing our world meditation. And Billy Joe Bob, I hope you're out there tonight joining us. We're going to take just a moment and beam Reiki energy. If you're a Reiki practitioner, hold the distance symbol in your head. If you're not level 2 or you're not Reiki, simply saying 3 things that you're grateful for. Maybe you say a Hail Mary, an Our Father, a prayer to nature, whatever positive of the light that we can shine on the world. And I'm doing my figurative light here of shining the light on the world. And so that's all I'm going to say. Breathe. Bringing our hands to heart center. I am grateful for, I am grateful for, I am grateful for. Tonight, maybe we smell the lavender as we take a big breath in, blow out the candle, take a great big inhale in, and blow out the candle. Now as we breathe in and out through our nose, maybe slightly constricting the back of the throat, that Ujjayi pranayama, ocean hushing sound. Making an intention or dedicating our practice to ourselves or another. Inhaling, bringing the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms all the way out and around. Inhale, bringing it up. Exhale, out and around. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, out and around, all the way back behind. Yoga Mudra. Gently bringing ourselves down towards the earth, looking. Now, before we look up today, open the mouth. Now, close the mouth at the top and feel that stretch through the neck and the chest. Exhale, come back down. Gently bring the left leg out in front. The right leg stays in. Gently twist all the way over to the long leg, looking back over the shoulder. Breathing into it. I decided to do a straight, gentle practice tonight without the chair. It's been a while since I've done a gentle practice. And so, okay, Ethel, I hope you're there. I sent you an invite. That's what I was checking on. Gently lean forward. Inhale up, gently twisting, coming around to the bent knee. Now bring that right hand behind, bring the left arm up and over. And my truly gentle people, this may be right where you hold. Maybe if you're not a truly gentle person, you bring it up and feel the side body stretch. Breathing into it. Exhale, bring it back down. Bringing the right foot out in front. And that left knee comes in, feeling this gentle stretch. And I'm just going to send her a quick, are you there? Because she's been with me. Ethel, are you there? Send me a flip every night for 55 nights, right up there with Nina and Debbie Lou and Cindy. I think if points went out, twist all the way over to the other side. And Annette's been here fairly often. Thank you, thank you. Gently reach forward, breathing into it. Inhale, bringing it back up. Bring the foot over, bring the hand behind, lift up, come up, easy side angle. Bringing ourselves back down to the mat. Coming all the way over, come into tabletop. Let's feel our cat-cow, and I'm just coming up to do one more invite. All right, it already has the invite out there, so it won't let me send it again. And Georgia and Sue, it's good to see you. Also, bring the fingers wide. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Gently bring that right foot straight back. Push through the heel. Release it out. Breathing into it. Pick up the right foot. Pick up the left foot. Breathing into it. And this may be right where you hold. Maybe you pick your head up. Maybe you bend your knee, reach back around, and gently come into a bow breath. Maybe you're holding out here. Honor yourself. Bring the left hand down, bring the right foot down. Bring that left foot straight back. Push back through the heel. Inhale, pick the left leg straight up. Pick that right arm straight up. Breathing into it. Bend the left knee, gently reach back behind, coming into our bow. Maybe we're holding straight out in front. Honor the edge of our practice. And Carol, I know you've been coming consistently on Wednesday nights. It's good to see you. This is our time for our class. Gently bring that right hand down, bring the left hand down. Plant the toes, pick up the knees. And I know some people in my gentle classes choose not to do downward dog. So you can hold in your bear pose in place of downward dog. Maybe you shift your heels back and come back into your downward dog. Gently walk the hands back to the feet, feeling our forward fold. Make our knees soft in our forward fold. Gently bringing ourselves up, making the knees soft, takes the tension off of the low back. Step forward with the right foot, standing pyramid. Bring the hands back behind. Look up, feel our yoga mudra. Breathing into it. Now, as we come forward, maybe you bring the arms up and over, but truly being gentle. So I'm hinging at the hips, bringing myself forward. My knee is soft. Gently bring the blocks down to the side, square off the hips, and feel our standing pyramid. Maybe if you don't have blocks at home, you're simply holding yourself if your hands don't reach the earth. So hold yourself at your edge, engaging your core, keeping ourselves safe. And when we go back into facilities, we're either going to need to bring our own props. You can get yoga bags and your own blocks, 5 and below, Marshalls, online. Breath, I don't know if 5 and below is open yet. So this time, I'm going to shift the weight, bend that right knee, step that left foot forward, bending my knees, roll all the way back up. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms back behind. Yoga Mudra. Step back with the right foot. Square off the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Breathing into it. Now this time, gently bring both hands to the middle as we turn ourselves wide, coming wide leg, halfway with a flat back. And this may be right where we hold. Plant that left hand, pick the right arm up. Maybe hold with a flat back here. Exhale, bring the right arm down. Pick the left arm up. Bring the left arm down. Bring the heels in, the toes wide. Roll it up, coming into our goddess. So our knees are solid And if your knees are tender and you need to straighten the knees, that's okay. So I listed this as a truly gentle class, bringing the fingers wide, breathing into it. Inhale up, bring the toes towards the front. Feel our star pose. Breathing into it. Bringing our hands back into heart center. Bring the right toes to point to the right. Bring the arms out, reach forward. Let's feel our triangle, Trikonasana. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Gently release the hips, little hula hoops, side to side. Bend the knees from side to side, however that works for you. Bring the left toes to the left. Bring the arms out in a T. Reach forward. Inhale up. Gently stretch. Look down at the mat or up at the ceiling. Breathing into it. Exhale. Bringing the right arm down. Squeeze the hands together as we inhale up. This time, bring that right foot all the way around so our hips are squared back off. We're going to bring the right arm in front and the left arm behind. And this may be right where you hold. This may be your reverse triangle. Maybe you hinge forward. Honor yourself. Maybe that hand comes over. Breathing into it. Bring the left hand down. Squeeze the palms together. Feel that core engaged. Bring it all the way up and around. Bringing both toes back to the right. Bring the left arm in front, the right arm behind. Breathing into it. Now gently reach forward. Feeling our reverse triangle. So maybe the hand comes to the outside or crosses over. Maybe you're looking up to the ceiling. Bringing that right arm down. Inhale, bring ourselves all the way back up. Come back to center. Arms come out in a T. Shift the weight over to the right foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left foot back to the mat. Pick that right foot up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet down. Gently twist from side to side. Breathing into it. Coming back to center. Balance. I'm going to come over here so you can see my feet. So I'm shifting the weight to the left. Find a drishti, a focal point, looking at one of the signs. So balance is made up of our vision. We have cochlear receptors in our middle ear. And then there's little cochlear receptors in all of our joints, which work with our nervous system, sending the feedback back to the brain that sends the messages back out to the muscles to keep us balanced. And we also have to have an understanding of gravity. So, gravity is going to keep us rooted on the earth. We don't get to float. And so now lean forward as if you're leaning into your ski boots, but only far enough that you feel all the weight in your toes, and gravity is going to allow us to stay upright. Now shifting ourselves back into the heels and pick up the toes. Okay, now find that even place between the heels and the toes. And shift the weight over to the left foot. Maybe we push into our palms as we pick up the right heel and bring the right knee to the right. And this may be where you hold. And let's all pause here for a moment and then close your eyes. So we're just in the simplest version of tree, and close your eyes and feel the difference in the balance. So if you have middle ear issues, sinus issues, or if you ever sprained an ankle or one of your other joints, that too can affect your balance. Ways to compensate: feeling the bottom of the feet and engaging our core, this piece right here. Maybe you bring that right foot up a little bit higher, breathing. And of course, if there's a short circuit in the nervous system, the brain, or any of the other parts, we need to compensate in our balance. So looking at the love or the happy sign, because they're not going to move. Now, maybe we grow our branches, bringing it all the way up. And I'm doing a traditional tree. See, I go from the wall to the window. Breath. Bring that right foot back down. Bring the hands back down through heart center. Let's shake it from side to side. Gently release it out. Breathing into it. Now, shift back to the right foot. Find that center. Find our core. Push into our palms. Shift over to the right. Pick up the left heel. Bring the left heel to the left. And then gently maybe pick up that left foot and bring it in. Breathing into it. Maybe you grow the branches. Maybe you keep them at heart center. Gently bring the hands back down. Gently bring that left foot down to the earth. Release side to side. Side to side. Now, warrior 3. Maybe you have a wall, the chair. maybe you don't have a wall or a chair. So if we're in the middle of the room, and again, find that level place between both feet. And I'm going to step forward here and I'll move the world so you can see my feet. The world is still in the light of the candle, keeping the world in the light. Shift the weight to the left foot and bring the right foot back behind. And this may be right where you hold for warrior three with that toe in the mat. Maybe your arms come up overhead. Maybe as you hinge forward, you bring your hands to heart center and push in. If you have blocks, maybe you use your blocks to help to steady yourself. Maybe the arms are out in front. Finding your warrior three. And I know some of you are relatively new to yoga, and some of you have been practicing for almost 20 years. Bring that right foot down, make the knees soft, feel our chair, bring our hands to our knees, feel our standing cow and cat and cow and cat and cow. Bring the hands back in, inhale, bring it up. Find that centered place between all four corners of the feet. Shift the weight to the right foot, bring that left foot back behind. Gently bring the arms up overhead, hinging forward. Again, maybe you use your blocks. Hands maybe come to heart center. Maybe your arms are out in a T. Those are the little pieces that make it your practice. Breathing into it. Bringing that left foot back. Bring the hands to the knees. And Nina reminded me today, it's a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. Tuck the tailbone under. Exhale. Bring it back. Inhale. Exhale back. Forward. Inhale, bring it up. Shift the weight to the left foot. Bring that right foot up in front. And maybe you're holding it underneath. I have a couple people in a couple classes who do this and put the foot on the block. That doesn't help with the core, but however it works for you. Bringing that right knee straight out in front. And we're going to hold this for about another 30 seconds. So it's a full minute on each side. Breathing into it. Bring that right foot down. Recenter. Shift the weight to the right foot. Pick up the left knee. One more breath. Really long breath. Bring that left foot to the mat. Bring the feet wide. Gently come from side to side. Coming back to center. Now, gentle. So maybe you come into your wide leg squat, and that's a part of your regular practice. Maybe gentle, the knees, you stack a couple blocks and come down onto the blocks for a gentle wide leg squat. You don't have blocks, you can bring yourself down to the mat and gently walk the legs in, and I bring my arms to the inside so that my thighs are pushing into my forearms and my forearms are pushing into my arms, and then you can feel the lift on the base of the pelvic floor and in the core in the middle. Now gently, if you're not already on the mat, come on down onto the mat and bring the foot in front, behind, and behind in front from when we started. And gently come back to center. Now, bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Gently look down at the right knee. Bring the hands to the side. Inhale back through center. Bring the left ear to the left shoulder. And I like to pick my fingers. I'm just moving my fingers up towards the ceiling. My wrist stays towards the mat. And then I gently look down. Inhaling back to center. My chin comes to the right. And I bring it back through center. My chin comes to the left. Coming back to center. Straightening my legs back out. Crossing the right leg over the left. Taking my right arm around the left leg. Bring that left arm up, back, and around. Breathing into it. Coming back to center. Uncrossing. Bringing the right knee in. Gently cross over. If our sit bones pop up, bring it back to the center. Inhale, bring that right arm up. Look back over the right shoulder. Coming back to center. Uncrossing. Bringing our legs straight out in front. Bring the shoulders up, back, and around. Flex the feet. Bring the hands back by our side. Engage the feet, engage the arms, tuck the chin to the chest. Everything is engaged, engaged, engaged. Stick out our tongue and roar. everything comes soft. One more time, inhale and roar. Come on back to center, bringing the knees in. And we did this with the kids, but we're going to do one more. So maybe our boat is sitting here with our knees in, and this is our boat. Maybe we bring the hands underneath, pick up the heels. Maybe we pick up the toes. Maybe the arms come out. Maybe the legs come up. Maybe the legs come up. Honor yourself where you are. Breathing into it. Exhale, bring our arms back around our knees. Walk our hands back behind. Gently pick up our sit bones. Bringing the sit bones back to the mat. Gently rolling down onto the mat. Bring our elbows in, walk our heels in as close as we can. Inhale, come up into bridge. Exhale, roll down onto the mat. From here, gently walk the feet out, bring the arms out in a T. Let the knees drop over to the right as we look to the left. Inhale back through center. Let the knees drop over to the left as we look to the right. Keeping the feet wide creates a hip stretch. So we're feeling the stretch in the hips, the tailbone. Coming back to center, heel toe the feet back in, walk the heels in, inhale up, come up into bridge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come on back down. Inhale, bring that right leg up, gentle circles. Cross the right leg onto the left. Come into our incumbent pigeon. Breathing into it. Bring the left foot to the mat. Bring the right foot over to the left. Maybe you straighten the left leg if that feels better on your knees. Maybe you keep the right ankle on the left leg and you just come into this stretch, honoring yourself. Gently bring ourselves back through center. Uncross. Inhale up. One time bridge, reset. Exhale down. Inhale, pick the left leg up. Gentle circles one way. Back around the other way. Cross the left leg onto the right thigh. Bringing the legs in. Feeling the breaths. Breathing into it. Bring the right foot to the mat. Bring the left foot over to the right. Gently bring the arms out in a T, feeling the stretch through the outside of that hip. Gently come back through center. Uncross. Bring the feet back to the mat. Elbows come to the mat. Inhale up into our bridge. Exhale down. Pick the feet up so we're sitting in a chair. Now gently, again, let the knees come over to the right. Only this time, the knees stay together as we bring the arms out in a T. And we get a full spinal twist here. And look over the left arm. If you want a gentler version, bring your feet back wide. Honor yourself in your pose. Gently coming back through center. The legs are up, shoulders are up. Bringing the knees over to the other side. Gently bringing the arms out in a T. Coming back to center, bringing our knees into our armpits, bringing the feet up to the ceiling. Maybe we grab our toes, the outside of our legs, coming into our happy infant, gently feeling the stretch, coming from side to side, breathing into it. Inhale, bring our legs straight up. Palms down, feel our legs up the wall. Maybe you bring your feet up and over, come into your shoulder stand. Maybe you put a block for waterfall. I'm holding gently in legs up the wall. Bringing the soles of my feet together. Toes are up towards the ceiling, cobbler on my back. And this may be, I may choose to hold here. Maybe you choose to bring the pinky side of the feet to the mat. Bring the arms up overhead and come into Supta Baddha Konasana. If this feels better, you can hold here. Honor yourself in the stretch. Maybe you're ready to bring your knees in and gently stretch yourself straight out onto the mat. Feeling a great big audible sigh. Allow every muscle to gently melt into the mat. Allowing the breath to go on automatic pilot. Maybe you cover yourself with a blanket. Maybe you have an eye pillow with some lavender on it, Aurora. I know I put some extra lavender oil in your eye pillow. Somebody made these for us years ago. I'm beaming Reiki out. If you wish the energy to come to you, ask it to come to you. If you wish the energy to pass you by, ask it to pass you by. Gently deepening your breath. Taking our chin from right to left and left to right. Coming back to center, gently wiggling our fingers and toes. Inhaling, bringing our arms up overhead. Bringing our knees into our chest. Giving ourselves a hug. Gently rolling over onto the right side. Pausing and thanking ourselves for our practice. Gently pushing ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. Coming back to easy cross leg. Maybe you're sitting in a chair. And tonight, let's bring our pointer finger and our thumb together and gently close our eyes, scanning through our body, feeling the differences between now and when we started. Bringing our hands into heart center. I am grateful for, I am grateful for, I am grateful for. May the light within me salute the light within you. And when we are at this place, we are all the same. Namaste. Be happy, safe, and healthy until we meet again. I'll be back tomorrow night at 7:20. Carnation is an essence that's coming up. And so I'm not sure what tomorrow is. It will be posted. I'll probably do a slow and strong practice. So Dave, great to see you. Nina, Cindy, Danielle, Susan, Georgia. I will keep sending the invites then if they're helpful. Ethel, you made it. Wendy, good to see you. Linda, Bob, Elizabeth, Dorothy, Anthony, good to see you. Cecil, Donald, good to see you. And Marie, everybody be happy, safe, and healthy until we meet again.